Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. And we had a little bit of a kerfuffle early this morning. So my first speaker had a bit of an emergency, and I literally got, can we please have an applause for Nikki? I literally got her out of bed, and she said, yes. I said, you have 15 minutes. And she's like, okay, I can do that. I think that is what you call a professional entrepreneur. This is the kind of thing that you could expect if you're not yet an entrepreneur. You had better be ready for this. This kind of stuff happens all the time. It happens with my books. It happens with summits. Summits are because that's like crunchy, right? And this isn't the first time that it's happened right before someone's about to speak. It happens also with my books. It happens with people coming, not going, forgetting their appointments, and then remembering some other time and mixing up two people and oh, I would have liked this time. I would have liked that time. Like, where were you when I was booking it? That's so funny. And you know what? Things happen. Life is gonna happen to everyone. It's just the way it is. You may as well just go with the flow. So today, thank you all, first of all, for joining us for another awesome summit with Empowered Talks. It is going to be awesome because I have some fabulous speakers, and the speaker who couldn't make it this morning hopefully will come and join us another time because I think he's an amazing speaker and I think he needs to be heard. So I look forward to having him on another episode, hopefully the next one in August, which will be August 15th. So this particular one, as you know, I always pick a theme. It's called Happy Money. And we're going to talk about money. I don't really know exactly what everyone is going to talk about, but I do know that it's going to be in the theme of happy money and how you can be happy and have fun and still make money. And that money grows better and works better than if you get up, go to work every day, and you dislike where you're going, or there's drama, or there's who knows what the reasons are. I mean, maybe you just don't like anybody at work, and that's okay. After COVID, I think COVID opened a lot of doors, a lot of Pandora boxes and a lot of Pandora doors that, people figured out they don't like much of this, they don't like much of that, they wanted more of this, more of that. So you know what? This is just the way it is. But for right now, I'm going to stay quiet and I am going to introduce you to Miss Nikki. I don't know if I have your bio. Maybe you could tell us a little more about yourself. I did meet Nikki through, oh my gosh, two ventures we have together. Another this venture, which we will also be talking about a little bit later. And I'm going to say that it is now almost 9:10. Actually, now it's 9:10. So feel free to take the whole half hour. It doesn't matter if we're running late. So go for it, Nikki. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Marianne. And I know we'll talk about it later, but you know what? These drops is what makes me able to jump up and get out of bed and get ready for something like this in 15 minutes. So
that's true. Come back at 12 o'clock and hear her story. Maybe she'll mention a bit of it in her talk, but
yeah,
a good, worth listening to story. Now I'm really going to stay quiet. Go for it.
So first of all, thank you very much for having me on here. It's always amazing to be part of this incredible lineup of speakers. I look at these speakers and go, oh, wow, I'm going to have to catch the replay those times that I can't make it. So if you missed any of the speakers today, please go back, watch the replay, take the time. I know there is so much value that people are bringing here. And to introduce myself, my name is Nikki Cruise, commonly known as the Joy Junkie, because I have every reason to have joy. Because for 11 years, I was in a wheelchair, told I would never walk again. And guess what? I'm walking. I'm walking because I decided to be the best version of myself. I have earlier this year been on an international TEDx stage. I'm a speaker. I'm an author in a compilation book, and I'm a coach. And my program is called Jump, Joyfully Unleashing a More Powerful Purpose. And that is so difficult to do without money. But you know what? I'm the joy junkie. So when you talk to me about happy money, I think funny money, not as in fake money, as in money is fun to be around. When we have money, don't we feel freer? Because we have more choices. And that is what happy money is all about. Happy money is actually about how when we change our mindset about money, we change the relationship we have with it. And let's face it, if you say money is evil, if you say you don't like money, is it going to want to be around you? Do your friends who you don't like want to be around you? Well, are they really friends then? And we get to think the same way about money. Money is not evil. The love of money is evil. And money is a tool that can be used so powerfully, not just for us on our own to elevate our own lives, but what about what you can give to other people when you have more money? You can give a better attitude because you're not worrying about everything every day. We serve an incredible God, a God of abundance. Is he worried about money and your finances? Of course he is. Of course he is. He doesn't want any of us to be living in poverty or worry. And, oh, I hope I get this right. 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 11. It says, mind your business. Not mind your own business. Mind your business. Because we get to mind what's going on. And it says so that you can be independent. I don't have the exact scripture in front of me, but so that you can be independent and shine God's glory. But when you choose to live in poverty with that poverty mindset and not have this positive relationship with money, where you're not being greedy for it, you're not being selfish with it, how does that show God off well? And I'm a faith-based coach, so I'm a Jesus freak. I talk about God all the time. If you don't like that, replace it with your own words, because I believe the principles are true, however you look at them. Money should flow like energy. How often do we say things like there just isn't enough money? That is like sitting next to the ocean and saying there isn't enough water. It may need to go through a process to get into your pocket, your bank account, but it's out there. And happy money, you know, it's not just to make you happy. As I said earlier, it's to just edify the human race. We can use it in so many powerful ways, but we get to let it flow like energy. If you think about it, if you buy something from someone with a $5 bill and they buy something from somebody else with the same $5 bill, how much money's been spent? Not $5, $10. Money is fluid. Money is fluid. And when it flows like energy, it comes from a positive source. When you have a negative relationship with money, you hold on to it and you become so consumed with having it that you lose your focus. We all have a message for the world. Mine is for people to see their value, and that value is regardless of their bank balance. However, their value can be easily brought forward if they have access to the money they need. So when we believe that we have that abundance that God's spoken about, then we start to live in generosity. We start to give more. And money and your relationship with money all comes down to your mindset. What do you believe about money? First of all, do you believe there is any such thing as happy money? Because if you don't, you're never going to see it. Happy money is something that you can use to, bring happiness. Do you believe you can be happy? If you do believe it, stop believing it and start acting it. Act as though you already have all of that happy money you want. It's all about your mindset and your attitude. And what is attitude? Attitude is your emotions, your emotions put together with your mindset and your action. It's about your action. So if you want to be attracting more happy money, then you've got to start behaving like you already have it. Start behaving as though you have those things that you want. And throw those negative emotions about money out the window. Happy money and having gratitude for money is a choice we make. It's a choice we make. And very often, a lack of money, and therefore a lack of happy money, relates to your self-esteem, your identity. When you do not feel good about yourself, you do not find a way to pamper yourself, to have that happy money that is so amazing to have. So how do we go about changing that? How do we create that paradigm shift that is going to change us from thinking happy money is only for other people or for these other amazing big deal speakers like the ones that have been talking today? We change our mindset by getting rid of those negative beliefs we have. We live with so much scarcity that we aren't even aware of. And it's not real scarcity, it's a scarcity mindset. And when you believe something without even realizing it, it makes it more difficult to change. You might have grown up being told money doesn't grow on trees. Well, I don't know about you, but fruit is happy fruit, and money does grow on trees. It's made of paper, let's face it. So, and besides the silliness there, money is all around you. Money is all around you. But are you using it appropriately to make space for happy money? Or do you have that belief set in your mind that every penny must be saved, that every penny must be used in a serious way? Because then you have a very sad relationship with what should be your happy money. God has given you his abundance. He has given you the ability to gain wealth, Deuteronomy 8:18, and to succeed. And have you ever seen a poverty-stricken successful person? I haven't. They may not be financially overflowing, but they are financially secure, whether that be because other people are providing for them and they are seeking other things, but their success comes from their belief. And what you believe about money is what you will see about money. You know that old saying, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, and I've gone blank on who that quote is by. However, it is so true. So if you are looking at money as being sad or not there, change that mindset. Get yourself into the place where not only do you have money, but you have happy money. And happy money so that your perspective changes. And as you do that, the people around you's lives will change because it will create a ripple effect across the world. Because your attitude affects the attitude of those around you. So, what are you going to do to change that mindset? First of all, recognize and acknowledge what's going on. Recognize and acknowledge basically that your mindset about money sucks. If your mindset, if you don't have happy money, if you say, my mindset is great, and you are not living with a lot of happy money, with an abundance of wealth, then your mindset isn't right yet. And no, mine isn't right yet. I'm getting there. So look at your circumstances and ask yourself, what do I need to change? Look at the root of those thoughts that stop you believing you deserve more and that you can have this. And then you begin to reframe it and speak it over your life. If you keep saying I'm poor, guess what? You're going to be poor. There is so much power in the tongue. If you keep saying, I am wealthy, you will become wealthy. Not only does that go out into the universe, and to God's universe, I might say, but it also goes into your brain, and your brain starts agreeing with that. And the rest of your life will begin to fall into alignment with it. And as I speak to ladies who are fighting to get to their next level in life, and I do say fighting, and soon they won't be, because you can't push at it. You've got to do it with ease and grace. But when you begin to change your mindset, things begin to change. And as I see them changing their mindsets, because they want more and they realize there's a problem, you acknowledge the problem first, you address it, and you see how your life will be changing. So call it happy money, call it funny money. It doesn't really matter. So long as you're not talking about the funny money that doesn't pass through the bank security system, then you're good. But enjoy money and enjoy being generous with it. A spirit of generosity comes out of a spirit of gratitude. And are you still at the place whether you're earning hundreds of thousands of dollars or just a few dollars, where you stop and pick up an individual penny? Or have you lost the gratitude and the appreciation for that one penny? So that's about all I've got for you right now. My name is Nikki Cruise, known as the Joy Junkie, because there is joy in everything you do, including gaining money. And God has a way for you to earn funny money. Just ask him. So that's all I got, Marianne.
Thank you, honey. Yeah, we actually have some extra time, so that was really good. But it's so true. You have to be generous with it. And it's funny when people say money doesn't grow on trees. It actually does grow on trees, not in the form that it's in. Obviously, we transform it. But yeah, isn't that so true? And the other thing that's super true is that when people always say, "Oh, what would happen if this?" Oh, hi, Patrick. Thanks for joining. What would happen if I had, what, money is like everything else. It just is a big, gigantic magnifying glass, right? So if you're super generous to begin with, when you have more money, you're going to be super generous more, because now you'll have more stuff to be generous with, right? Like that's all. And when you're tight with cash, you're probably still going to be tight with cash. I mean, how many people here know people who have a lot of money? I mean, a lot of money. And it's like, it's crazy how, I'm trying not to, how overly careful they are with how they spend it.
Yes. And that's where it's no longer happy money,
No,
because it becomes something that limits you completely. And
then
you focus. I mean, I always say to people, if you've got a problem and you keep focusing on it, you'll walk in a wall. If you keep looking in your wallet, you're sure going to walk in a wall, you know?
and not just that, but oh my gosh, like, yeah, if you keep saying, "Oh, I'm so poor, I'm so poor," well, nothing's working for me. Change
Yeah.
that mantra and just say it. You know what? Just try. If you don't believe, even if you don't believe it, write it down and then write it down somewhere and post it somewhere. So like I have a whiteboard. I used to do more uh visual boards, with
Yeah.
the paper and cut, and now I don't have time for that. Now it's a whiteboard, and then I'll do a mantra and then I'll change it, or I'll improve it or I'll add to it, and that's really all it is. If you
Yeah.
withhold from yourself, you're going to withhold from others. Like it's just, and so are others going to withhold from you. And so the way you treat yourself is the way others will treat you, right? Isn't that true?
Correct.
Like,
And the way you relate to money is also very similar to the way you will relate to almost everything else.
that's right.
And it takes away the joy and the freedom of life. And, you know, if you look at the people who you want to model your life on, be it the president, be it the next best speaker, then you get to look at how they are behaving
Mm-hmm.
and model that.
Mm-hmm.
And I recently read the Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And it is such a good reminder. So many of us have had this discussion before,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's always a good reminder. So if you are not up on that next level yet, I do say yet, if you are not up on that next level yet, read it, because there are so many things in our brain we don't realize. And you talk to the people, the higher echelons of success, and they are still working through the same things on a different level.
True.
So as you listen to these people today, they already have that mindset.
It's so,
Keep listening.
it's so true. It really is. And, um, you know, I think we've come, and again, I know you're in the US, I'm up here in Canada. We've been hit with, you know, the rate hikes in mortgages, so much so that pretty much, well, I mean, when you think about it, almost everybody has a mortgage, right? Like we're going to exclude the people that are lucky enough to not have any mortgage. Okay. That's good for you. You know, sorry, I'm not one of them. I actually have quite a few more.
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet, not yet, getting there. Um, but yeah, it's been a tougher kind of year. And so money seems to be such a big thing. And it's like, yeah, but you got to stay positive. You can't just go around being, I don't have any, I don't have any. Well, it's okay to cut down a little bit, but just not like so much that it's okay, I have this money, but I'm not going to let loose of it. Well, if you have a business, you're gonna have to let loose of some of it because there's business expenses. Marketing continues. In fact, you're probably going to need more marketing if you're not doing as well as you'd like to
Yeah.
be, right? And you have to let go of that. You have to get into debt. That's what credit cards are for. And I'm not here promoting credit cards. I'm not saying go get yourself into huge debt, but you know, sometimes it's okay to use a credit card and get, you know, call the bank, ask for a hike in balance, you know,
Yeah.
it's temporary. You'll pay it off. It'll be okay. And probably if you invest it, probably that will bring you some money, you
Yeah.
know, some extra money, and just stay positive, do what you can. And even if I have get so many of my clients, I can't keep, yeah, I can't walk around the house saying that. And I'm like, why not? If you don't trust yourself, trust me. If you've hired me as your coach, oh my gosh, you must trust me a little. Like, there must be some sort of trust here, or why are you spending money and time with me, right? So if you don't trust yourself, borrow mine for the moment until you do. And plus, if you don't trust yourself, then we have some other work to do of another kind. Then self and, you know, self-love, self-worth needs to be addressed here more than I thought. And you know, and then walk around the house and just say it 10 times, maybe 3 to 4 or 5 times a day, and see what happens. And you know, if you don't trust, just say it anyways. Write it
Yeah.
down in the journal. That helps too.